Alright, greetings and salutations. My name is Comic Fire, and welcome back for more Digital Devil Saga 2. In the last episode, we got a lot of information and plot dumped on us. And we started the first real dungeon of the game. Now this is where a lot of the, well, not a lot of the issues I'm going to have with the game become apparent, but some of them. So one thing I really like in this game is about to show up, well, is showing up right now. As soon as we kill these ghouls. Regilla, really? And you notice that he's doing a lot more damage with physical skills than the other one was. And then we get a power ring, which is a karma ring. I'm gonna give Gale the power ring, and it increases power by 3 immediately. Now later in the game, we're gonna get some gems and whatnot that can add additional power to some rings, which is pretty cool. And now there aren't just rings that boost power, there are ones that give beneficial effects too. Now this is one thing I don't like about this area. There's a lot of backtracking back to old areas. Fortunately, I seem to be having an easier time with it than I was the first time I played the game, but experience is a decent teacher, I suppose. But the rings do have other effects, like, say, like one of the better ones that's a necessary strategy for the final boss, like, say, here, I'll give 3 really good effects. One gives you an extra press turn icon, one makes it so group skills don't take 2 press turn icons and only use just 1. And I think one makes you always start as a human. And there are some rings you can only get if you, say, play New Game Plus, which I'm not doing, so I won't be able to show everything off. And some you'll only be able to get if you beat everything in Digital Devil Saga 1, which I have done, and hopefully my save file recognized. I don't know if I saved after I beat Demi-Fiend, but the ring you get from the Demi-Fiend isn't all that great. I'm just going to spoil his now since we're not going to see it till the very last dungeon of the game. It increases all of your stats by 10. There's a ring later in the game that increases all of your stats by 20. Now, starting in this dungeon, I'm going to start cutting out random battles. Except for the first time we see it, or if something cool, or at least that I think is cool, or eventful happens during it. Maybe I should just use Zam. Oh, now. See, I thought these guys were only weak to fire, hence why they kept spamming fully fire. Kazuchi kind of reminds me of something I'd see in like a PS1 game. Like, if anyone ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories for it, and you can make like 3D battles in the middle of a card fight, that's what it sort of reminds me of. Oh, sweet. Boob medicine. But yeah, it's like, when I first saw that, I'm like, boy, this is some really primitive 3D, because I played this in 2000. I played it for the first time in 2005 on my 10th birthday. And, you know, it just struck me as weird. It's like, boy, 3D used to be really bad and blocky back then. And then it's not that I wasn't experienced with PS1 3D. I played Spyro, and I thought that looked amazing. So I figured maybe that Yu-Gi-Oh! Game was just dropping the ball. And then I played Final Fantasy VII, and it had like the exact same in-game battle graphics. Which... Final Fantasy VII was hard for me at first, because the graphics honestly hurt my eyes. But I like Final Fantasy VII. It's not my favorite, I still prefer 6 and 13 over it. This is a really fun form. Unfortunately, your accuracy and your defense drops to like nothing. But you can make critical hits more often. It's also the only time you ever really hear Surf talk in battle. Now, I knew I was going to get smeared if I stayed there, so I'm going to have to sacrifice my first one. Now, I believe, if you're playing New Game Plus, when you get the Power Ring, you also get the Berserk Ring, which allows your party to only fight in Berserk mode if you'd like. Which, remember they said, the experience you're getting more than doubles from this, so it's a good way to level grind, except it's kind of risky. Now we can explain what I don't like about this dungeon is... there's just a lot of back and forth, which I think is really boring. And you have to check every corner because there's something in every corner that you might need. And here we get a clover. And these are the real-world equivalent of the cells from Digital Devil Saga 1. Rarer planes can be traded for more money, capping out at Lotus at, I think, $1 million. Pebble sacks. I think I left this one in just to show the poison status off. Making Gale the physical attacker feels wrong. But, you know, the game was pointing it to us, like saying, here, have some physical skills. I guess he's our new Heat for now. Where Heat is. But yeah, with the random encounter rate as high as it is, and just random encounters in general, I don't really like it. This dungeon. Or future dungeons. Especially future dungeons. I kind of wish I left that one in now that I think about it, because it did show Devouring off for the first time, but I do it later, so it's... whatever. I'm not really worried about ice spells right now, so I'm more worried about Surf protecting his weakness. And let's get a new mantra. I didn't know how I wanted to build Surf in this game, because I wanted to do something more than just building another Surf from the first game. I feel like that was a dreadful mistake I made when I first played this. See, if you master the Fire Demon, I believe that's Diorama's healing mantra, right to the left of Fire Demon. If I master Fire Demon, I can go straight to Diorama. Fortunately, hopefully it'll be a lot more pleasant to watch now that it's mostly just dungeon crawling and not dealing with random battles all the time. Leave that to me and the magic of video editing. Underwater tunnels kind of scare me a little. Especially if I see that it's kind of wet there, because I think, oh shit, it's leaking, we're fucked. But I go north a lot. Like, I live in Maryland and I like to go up to New Jersey a lot because I have family there. And to get there, I have to travel through an underwater tunnel through Baltimore. And it skeeves me out sometimes. Especially since how, like, it being completely, like, underground, underwater really tampers with, like, radios and whatnot. Like, it'll just go static. So it's kind of like, it feels cut away from the world and extremely artificial. I'm not 100% sure why underground tunnels were preferable to just a bridge. But I don't know. It seems safer to go over something, because even if it, like, falls, you might be able to survive if you fall on top of it, but if it falls on top of you, you're kind of fucked. Now in this game, I'm going to try to go for a different build for Surf as well. It's going to be mostly magic, but it's not. I'm not going to cap it out, like, instantly. I want a little more vitality. Once I hit like 50 magic, I'm going to say I'm good for Surf. And then I'm going to start working on the rest of his stuff. And then maybe putting more stuff into magic once we get a little further in.
I'm losing myself.
Let's do it better this time. Now I could let Gale do it. I mostly just wanted to show that off, because I think that's really cool. Because it's just weird hearing noises come out of Surf. I read a good plot analysis thing. Like, yes, let's say Gale is the leader of the Embryon. Everything makes more sense. Because what does Surf do? He doesn't appear to be the physically strongest. Heat could have taken him out in no time. The only reason, demon-wise, why he couldn't, because ice beats fire. Then again, fire beats ice, so... Though Heat was more physical, his fire spells probably weren't going to do too much. Ugh. But Gale's the one who's doing all the decision-making, especially, like, with that conversation with Roland. And even if, like, you say something that's totally different from Gale's proposition in the games, they just go with Gale's proposition anyway. Surf doesn't talk, so he just dumbly agrees. Like, there's no real point for him to be the leader. So I feel like Quantum Devil Saga does explain that a little better, if you are interested in reading that. And I tried to advertise the absolute hell out of it when I was doing my Digital Devil Saga 1 LP again. It's a really good read and I recommend it. Especially if you're interested in the lore and everything. I mean, it's different from Digital Devil Saga, it's Quantum Devil Saga, but it is by the person who was originally going to write the plot for Digital Devil Saga, but I believe she fell ill and was unable to do it, so they just took her ideas and ran with it for the rest of the games. Interestingly, Gale wasn't part of the original Digital Devil Saga. But he is in Quantum Devil Saga, which is weird. I guess fan demand. Let's actually use some of these items instead of just spamming Argilla's MP. I mean, we have the items. And if we don't use them, they're just going to sit there uselessly for all the time. And these are Kaiwans. They can use Hama. Now, I thought they were going to be weak to Bufu because I remember them being Ice Weak in Strange Journey, or at least using a lot of fire-based skills. But they are, in fact, Fire Weak in this game. And they float. The main thing I remember Kaiwan for is apparently in Persona 4, it's possible to get Victory Cry super early. You know, the one that heals all HP and MP after you finish a battle. It's possible to get Victory Cry really early by, like, mutating the Kaiwan skill or something. Though I don't even know what you'd... Well, I don't know. Victory Cry seems like it'd be super OP by that point. That means you'd have to be stuck with a Gimpy Kaiwan for the entire game. Though it would help the game's issue with MP. I liked Persona 4, but the whole MP pool, like, once you ran out, you were kind of useless, and there wasn't an easy way to get it back. Didn't like that too much. Apparently Persona 3 dealt with that in a nice way, like you could just restore your MP. I don't know, I didn't even really play Persona 3 all that much. And then I know, of course, in Persona 4 there was the fox that could restore it, but I didn't deal with his social link, so I shot myself in the foot. Persona 4 was fun, I guess, but it's not something I'd ever really play again. Like, the thing I liked most about it was the plot, and now I know everything about the plot. So, what's the point of playing through it again? It's also why I have a Vita, and I've never bought Persona 4 Golden. Now, I thought I could teleport back to the other small Karma terminal to get back to that guy quicker, but again, more pointless backtracking. I don't know, she seemed like she'd be really flammable. But I will say that there are no plans for a Persona 4 LP. And there are no plans for a Persona LP in general. The only one I'm even slightly considering is Persona Q. because it is my favorite Persona game. And it was originally the Persona game I thought I was going to hate the most. But Q was amazing. That's 11 a.m. I guess I should really wake up more. I don't have to work till 3 o'clock though. Like, some people aren't morning people, but I find being a morning person makes the day a lot easier because I get to wake up early, get a lot of things done, and then I put in my work for 7 hours or 8 hours, and then I'm good. But I have to get most of my stuff done in the morning. I guess another thing I don't like about this is I don't really care about Karma soldiers as enemies. Like, I thought, like, battling the different tribes and whatnot was really cool. And then dealing with just swarms of soldiers was significantly less cool. Like, dealing with, like, a military force is, like, a super common trope, but, like, dealing with enemy tribes, like, these are people that want the same thing as you, but, like, I don't know, I just thought it was ridiculously cool. As I beat each one, I felt more and more powerful with myself. And then in here, it's just soldiers. It's just soldiers. It's like once I beat their quote-unquote tribe leader, the game's over, so... I'm not saying that... I shot myself in the foot. Like, theoretically. Once I topple a government, the soldiers are going to not fight me anymore. For some reason, I distinctly remembered them being weaker to fire than they ended up being. Of course, getting a knife shoved right through your face is probably going to hurt a lot worse than a spell anyway. If it doesn't kill you, it's going to be painful. You ever taken a knife to the face? I sure haven't. I'm still alive. Doesn't seem like it would be fun. Especially if you got it through the eye. Well, I think if you get it through the eye, you're gonna die. It's gonna, like, poke your brain. Just, like, wiggle it around in your brain. Misplace a few things. It doesn't kill you, it makes you a little touched. I don't see any, like, electrical tape on that. I want to know how you repaired it as easily as you did. Anyway, I'm gonna end the episode here. I'll see you guys next time, and next time I think we're really close to finishing the dungeon. So anyway, I'll see you guys then.